5 reasons why Mookie Betts should win MVP over Ronald Acuna Jr.? That's coming up next on Dodgers Dugout. What is up, Dodgers Nation? Doug McCain here. My friends call me D-Mac. You can follow me on the X and Instagram at DMac_LA. I've been covering the Dodgers since 2019. I'm a credentialed member of the media covering your boys in blue. And as always, if you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe to the Dodgers Nation YouTube channel for all latest Dodgers news, rumors all season long. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. And if you really want to support the channel, smash that like button. Also, remember to be eligible for our giveaway. You're going to want to hit that subscribe button. We just gave away a brand new authentic Mookie Betts jersey valued at over $350. We got some big giveaways coming up, jerseys, autographed baseballs, tons of really cool stuff, and you will be eligible to win as long as you are subscribed. So be sure to do that. And as always, I'm looking for your takes down below in the comment section. Today's Dodgers Nation question of the day: do you think that Mookie Betts deserves the National League MVP over Ronald Acuna Jr.? And if so, why? Let me know down below. And for all latest Dodgers news, head over to DodgersNation.com. We are nearing the end of the season. The big question is, who is going to win the National League MVP? You got Ronald Acuna Jr., you got Mookie Betts. Both have put together phenomenal seasons. This has been one of the best MVP races in quite some time. And I think that right now, the odds are looking like it's going to be Ronald Acuna Jr., but I'm here to tell you why Mookie Betts should win that award. You know I bring my facts to the fight, so the first thing let's look at the side-by-side comparison. Let's look at the numbers. If you look at Mookie Betts, 309 batting average, Ronald Acuna Jr., 336, advantage Acuna Jr. On base percentage, Mookie Betts 410, Ronald Acuna Jr. 415. Slugging, Mookie 590, Ronald Acuna Jr. 595. So all those categories give the advantage to Ronald Acuna Jr. Weighted runs created plus, they're dead even at 169. If you look at the RBI, Mookie has the advantage at 105 to 101. And then home runs, Acuna has 40 right now. Mookie's still sitting at 39. Mookie's hit those 39 home runs, though, in 669 plate appearances, whereas Acuna Jr.'s hit those 40 home runs in 714 plate appearances, also in more games, 153 to 146. So there is still some baseball to play. Mookie can finish higher than him in some of those categories, particularly that home run number. And also down the stretch in September, Ronald Acuna Jr. has had a much better September than Marcus Lynn Betts. In September, Ronald Acuna Jr. is slashing 330, 388, 727 with a 190 weighted runs created plus. So he's been 90% above league average in weighted runs created plus, generating runs, and a metric used by Fangraphs that really accounts for ballpark factors and has it down to where 100 is league average. You compare that to Mookie Betts in September, he's been good, he just hasn't been great. 19 games in September, Mookie slashing 242, 398, 348 with a 118 weighted runs created plus, so 18% above league average compared to 90% above league average for Ronald Acuna Jr. He's hit 1 home run this month, has had 7 RBIs. So you look at those power numbers, they've gone down this month. You haven't seen as many extra base hits. The isolated power is down to 106. So yeah, he was red hot there in August, a historic month for Mookie Betts, and he's cooled off in the month of September. Personally, I think big picture, looking from 42,000 feet above, I think this is good in the long run because I think that this makes Mookie time his peak where he goes off in October when it matters most. But for the sake of this debate, who is going to be the National League MVP? Well, the odds will tell you it's going to be Ronald Acuna Jr., but I have 5 reasons why I think it should be Mookie Betts. And the first reason is he has a higher WAR number. Now, I know you're familiar with WAR, but if you're not, WAR measures a player's value in all facets of the game by deciphering how many more wins he's worth than a replacement-level player at his same position. So, minor league replacement or a readily available fill-in free agent. WAR quantifies each player's value in terms of a specific number of wins, and because WAR factors in a positional adjustment, it is well suited for comparing players who man different defensive positions. And if you look at Mookie so far this season, he's superior in that category. An 8.2 F4 to Ronald Acuna's 7.8, and 8.1 B WAR is higher as well. So when it comes to the all-encompassing statistic that determines which player provides more value than a replacement level player, Mookie Betts has a higher number in that category. And yes, that number is slightly inflated because Mookie has played infield, and when you play second base and shortstop, you are going to increase your WAR numbers because those positions are more demanding, and you're going to get more WAR playing at those positions. But how about the fact that he's playing those positions? I think that speaks to his versatility and what he's been able to accomplish this season. So one, a higher WAR number. He has provided more wins above replacement than Ronald Acuna Jr. That is what the teams are going to look at. That's what general managers and presidents of baseball operations are going to look at when they're forking out big contracts. And like I said, this is a fantastic battle as far as these two players are MVPs. They're both deserving of this award. We're talking about Bentleys and Rolls Royces. We're talking about living in Beverly Hills or Bel Air. Really, they don't take a back seat, but still the WAR numbers tell you that it's Mookie Betts greater than Ronald Acuna Jr. WAR. What is it good for? Absolutely something, and that something is telling you which has been the more valuable baseball player. And then two, Mookie by far had the more impressive season defensively. Remember, there's a top half and a bottom half of an inning, and Mookie was outstanding wherever he played. And we know that he's already established himself as one of the best outfielders in the game. He's a 6-time Gold Glove Award-winning right fielder, but this year, because the team needed him to, you saw him play more second base. You also saw him play shortstop for the first time at the professional level since 2012. This is the first time since he was with the Lowell Spinners of the Boston Red Sox Low A affiliate, and he made it look easy. He made it look seamless, and the Dodgers, they fared well in those games. So you talk about Ronald Acuna Jr., who defensively, he's not bad. He's not a negative player, but what Mookie did, one, he did it at an above-average level, and two, it was an absolute necessity for his team. So I think you have to factor in that defense. To me, Mookie, what he did defensively, playing different positions, playing second base, playing shortstop, was more impressive than Ronald Acuna Jr.'s inflated stolen base numbers. So I like the defensive versatility of Mookie Betts because their team needed it. Remember, they lost Trey Turner, right? Trey Turner signed with the Phillies. Gavin Lux, he goes down with an injury. Miguel Rojas, he was dealing with injuries early on this season, and they absolutely needed someone to step in there at that second base position, at that shortstop position, in order to get their best hitting lineup on the field with Jason Hayward in right field, James Outman in center, and David Peralta in left field. Let's not forget, Miguel Vargas, hate to say this, but he was pretty much a bust this season as far as his rookie year goes. I still believe in him. I still think he has a lot of potential, but someone needed to pick up the slack and allow this team to put the best hitting offense on the field. And Mookie having that ability, not a lot of guys on this planet could do that. Mookie can, and he did, and it paid off in a big way and allowed this Dodgers team to surprise a lot of people out there, and they're on pace to win 100 games. And then three, Mookie Betts is setting his own records. He's making history this year, too. There's a lot of talk about Ronald Acuna Jr. becoming the first guy in big league history with 70 stolen bases and 40 home runs. That's great. How about Mookie Betts, though? 105 RBIs. That's the most ever for a leadoff hitter. 12 leadoff home runs. That's one shy of the single-season record set by Alfonso Soriano in 2003. I think Mookie definitely gets that 40th home run. I think he increases that lead at some point down the stretch, so he'll have that record too. He has a career-high 39 home runs at the moment. That's just too shy of the post-World War II record for the most by a player listed at 5'9" or shorter. That's currently held by Roy Campanella, former Dodger legend. So he has a chance to make tons of history, and also if he wins that award, he'd be the first player in big league history since Frank Robinson to win an MVP in both leagues. So I think it's important to point out that Mookie is having a historic season himself, and it's not just about Ronald Acuna Jr. and the stolen bases and the home runs. What Mookie is doing is special, it's unique, and hasn't been done before. And then four, Mookie had to have this year for the Dodgers to win their division. Mookie Betts is more important to the Dodgers' success this season than Ronald Acuna Jr. is to the Atlanta Braves. Because look at that Braves team. They're historic when it comes to slugging. First team to slug 500 as a group. They have 7 players that have 20 home runs or more. You have Matt Olson, who's the hottest player in baseball down the stretch. Olson's actually having a better September than Mookie or Ronald Acuna Jr. Their There's so much firepower up and down that lineup that I think that Braves team, there's a chance that even without Ronald Acuna Jr., there's a chance they still have the best record in baseball. If you take Mookie Betts off the Dodgers, I think there's a chance they don't make the postseason. Because you look at what he's done offensively, we kind of dove into his numbers a few minutes ago. The production, 169 way runs created plus 39 home runs. The Dodgers record when Mookie gets on base and scores the run or scores the run via a home run is 9 day different than when he doesn't. And then you look at him playing second base, playing shortstop. That wasn't for fun. That wasn't just to keep Mookie engaged or trying to be cute. No, they needed him to do that for them to win because it allowed them to put their best offensive lineup on the field against right-handed pitching, thanks to a resurgent year from a Jason Hayward who played right field, also played that position well, James Outman in center, and David Peralta in left. Now, I'm not just saying that. You guys know I bring my facts to the fight, and the numbers prove that when Mookie played second and shortstop, the team performed better, and that's reflective in their wins and loss records in those games. If you look at the Dodgers records, they went 39-18 in the 57 games that Mookie started second base and 10-2 in the games that he started at shortstop. So that's a 713 combined win percentage that would put them on pace to win 113 games. So by Mookie playing the infield, he allowed this team to have success, win this division, prove experts wrong, prove fan graphs who predicted that this team would win 88 games. Well, this team is on pace to win 100 games. So I cannot overstate that enough. Mookie playing the infield, to me, at the level he played it at for the entire season, while also being able to continue having that production at the plate, that to me was the biggest development early on this season. Because you forget, back in June, this Dodgers team, they were struggling. They were going through their moments. It looked like they were going to have to fight and claw and squeeze their way into the postseason. But they went on a run, and a lot of that started when Mookie started playing the infield more and just the overall impact that had on his team. Not just on the field, but you could see it in the dugout. You could see it on the field. It lit a fire and provided a spark to everyone on that field just because of the infectiousness that Mookie Betts plays those positions with. That's definitely, to me, one of the biggest reasons why they ran away with his division is what Mookie Betts was able to do in the infield. And then the fifth reason why I think that Mookie Betts deserves the National League MVP is because you shouldn't give the MVP to Ronald Acuna Jr. because of the stolen bases. I don't think that should put him over the top. And yes, Ronald Acuna Jr. has put together a really nice September. The numbers are very close. I think if I was a betting man, I would probably bet on Ronald Acuna Jr. right now, but I think you can't really see the stats. You can't see the numbers for the impact that Mookie had with his defensive versatility. And also, let's be honest. Let's be frank about this. Stolen bases are up this year by 41%. There's almost 800 more stolen bases this season. Why is that? I don't know. Bigger pizza box bases, the engagement rules, the rules that were put in place this offseason to encourage more stolen bases. Yeah, that's why Ronald Acuna Jr. is going to be the first 70-40 player in big league history. Would he have done this last year? No, he wouldn't have. Before this season, his career high in stolen bases was 37. So yeah, give him credit. He's taken advantage of it. If it was so easy, why aren't more players out there stealing bases like Ronald Acuna Jr.? I understand that. The same token, look at the stolen bases by Freddie Freeman. Look at some of the stolen bases around the league. It feels like everyone looks like Ricky Henderson out there on the base pass. So I don't think you should give him this award because of this new rules that are put in place to allow him to accomplish that. To me, it feels like a little bit of an asterisk there. That'd be like if you lowered the rim in the NBA to 7 feet and gave the award to Giannis Antetokounmpo for most dunks in a season, right? I mean, I just don't think that that should be the end-all, be-all because of the stolen bases. And look, let's be honest about this. I can tell you from speaking to people within this Dodgers organization that they value the slug more than the stolen base. Right? And that's why you don't see the Dodgers steal as much. And that really is the MO for a lot of teams around the league, is you don't want to risk giving up that out because it's more valuable to have that out in the event that you're going to hit a double or a home run and try to get a crooked number inning. And look, studies show that stolen bases, when it comes to overall runs, it doesn't have as big of an impact as you might expect. And look, there's a reason why the stolen base leader is never really the runs leader, right? The run scoring leader. I mean, how many times did Billy Hamilton lead the league in runs scored? So that's something to consider as well, just the overall impact that stolen bases have. I realize that it's not just the stolen bases, right? Offensively, he's ahead of Mookie in a lot of different categories. They're very close in some others, but I also think you have to strongly factor in that defensive versatility and what he meant to this Dodgers team this season. So look, it's not lost on me the year that Acuna Jr.'s had. I watched most of his games. He's a fantastic player. He was my first pick in fantasy this year. So I think he's someone that probably is going to win that award. He's the strong betting favorite, but let's not forget that lot can change in the course of a week. Mookie finishes strong. Dodgers win 100 games. Who knows? Maybe he's able to win that award. But one more thing I want to say is I'm sick of Dodgers players losing out on these awards. We saw in 2011, Matt Kemp was robbed of the MVP from Braun, who was roided up at the time. We saw Clayton Kershaw lose a Cy Young to R.A. Dickey. Clayton Kershaw lose a Cy Young to Jake Arrieta. He should have 5 Cy Young awards. So I want to see Mookie Betts win that MVP award because to me, it's important. It's important because I want to be able to tell Red Sox fans that, yeah, we have a World Series with Mookie. We've got an MVP with Mookie. And we know that Mookie Betts is going to be in the Hall of Fame one day wearing Dodger blue, wearing a Dodgers cap. So I think it's really important to his legacy because you never know how many of these years you have left. You never know how many years you're going to be able to stay healthy and play at a high level like he's playing. We're getting peak Mookie Betts, and I just hope he's able to win that award. But let's finish strong. Let's get Mookie that MVP award. Let's change the narrative because out there, people are looking at stolen base, it's over. Stolen base, it's over. Look, I don't subscribe to that. It goes much deeper than that. But let me know down below in the comment section, who do you think should win the National League MVP, Mookie Betts or Ronald Acuna Jr.? Let me know down below. My name is Doug McCain. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMAC_LA. For all things Dodger baseball, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and if you want to see us post even more Dodgers content, smash that like button. And until next time, think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.